I hope you appreciate my nod to Halloween. Obviously it's even creepier because it's out of focus, but there we go, that is the Halloween display. I do have Halloween decorations, well, bits and bobs, but I don't actually know where they are, so this is it for this year, sorry. Hello again and welcome back to March May's Midlife Dolly Crisis. Obviously we are mere days away from actual Halloween. So I don't even remember last year, but last Halloween I unboxed a doll, which I have on display here, which is this girl here. She is a Midi Blythe doll. She was my first Midi Blythe and she is called Sweet Little D, I think that's what it is. And obviously her theme is, actually let me get her down. Her theme is kind of the devil, which is lovely. So yeah, so obviously she's got the devil horn, little sort of hat thing, and she's got a devil tail and stuff like that. And yeah, she's a really cute doll. As soon as I kind of saw her, I knew that she was the one that I wanted to be my first Midi. And I wasn't really sure if I would get any more, but I know I've mentioned this before, but I always worry that my doll's gonna get lonely if there's literally one of a kind of them. And as this is the only Midi I have, I kind of thought, you know, maybe I should get another one. So there she go. Seamless. That was seamless, wasn't it? So I have got a second Blythe Middie doll here. To be her friend, and to be my friend, and to be our friend. I'm going to open the box. The box is already open. I've had it for a little while, I have to admit. I bought this one from the same place that I bought Sweet Little D, which is Dolls Mo, and I will put I'll put all the details down below. And this doll also has a kind of a gothy sort of aesthetic to her. And it is Odette, Magical Trickery and Love, which obviously is a great name to have. So she has got a kind of a ballet theme, and I think it's kind of Swan Lakey, so it's a bit like Black Swan or something, which I have to admit I've never even seen. But yeah, so we're going to get her open. I'm kind of excited because I've not actually opened a proper Blythe. I haven't opened any Blythe, actually, for a long time, probably, well, since the last video really, so probably last Halloween, because I don't think I opened any after that. I don't think they actually make the Middies anymore. I know that the Good Smile company are really gearing up and have got lots of dolls in the process of being made at the moment. But yeah, Middies seem to have dropped off the face of the earth, so I don't know if they're not going to do any or what. But yeah, let's get this one open and let's see what we think of her. Here we are. This is ODILE, Magical Trickery and Love, which obviously is a great name. I'm not sure how it looks on the birth certificate, but there we go. So obviously I've only opened one of the Blythe before, one of the Midi Blythe before, which was Sweet Little D. Her box seemed a bit more everything really. This one seems a bit plainer to me. But I will put a link to the video where I unboxed Sweet Little D, so you can have a look at the box there. Also, I think it's probably because of the amount of stuff that she has here. There's a lot of stuff here, and then the doll is here, and you can barely see her, unless that is meant to be her peeking out from behind this sort of purple curtain, which it could be. It might be a design feature there. But yeah, sort of looking out mischievously, waiting to do some trickery or whatever. So the box is essentially supposed to look, I'm guessing, like stage curtains, because it's all over. That's the back, that's the side. The top has kind of sort of a starry sky there, a sort of a purpley sky, and the base has the same thing, and obviously it's got sort of lots of information. Sadly, we can't really read it. So this was released in 2020. I don't think it was the last Midi to come out. I think there were maybe a few more afterwards, but not very many. So I think that was probably maybe in the last year that they did them. But anyway, let's get this one open and see. I'm kind of excited, a little bit nervous as well because she is wearing dark colours, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the tape on the box and then we'll get her out. Okay, so she will just slide out here. Just so you know, on the top of the box, on the inside flap, it's got one of those things that you can push out and attach to the doll stand. I don't know if you can see it properly. Sorry, there we go. So yeah, it's kind of the four-leaf clover kind of looking thing, and you just kind of push that through, and then you can stand that onto the bottom base of the stand, and she can stand on that. I've never done it. Maybe some people do it, but I guess it's a nice little feature. But there we go. So that is that. We'll put this to one side. I do tend to keep the boxes. So here she is. She's wearing a really nice looking dress there. She's got bits and bobs around her. I can't remember how hard it is to get these out. It's really silly, isn't it? I can see some thread in there as well, which seems to be holding her hair in. Let me have a go at the back of this and then we'll have a look at her properly once she's out of the box. Welcome to Carnage. You kind of forget, or at least I do, because I don't open Blythe dolls very often now. This is the first one I've opened in a year, I think. You forget the struggle of it all. You also forget that once the doll is out the box, she ain't going back in, that's for sure. It's kind of an all or nothing with this. I think it is with most dolls. I think it's a shame. I remember when you could remove a doll from a box and put the doll back in for display purposes. With these, it's not really going to happen because the inside of the box tends to get kind of messed up, really. There's so much sort of plastic in there and tape and stuff like that it just becomes messy. So anyway, here she is, finally out. She's got plastic on her. Her accessories here are in plastic. I'm going to take those out, and then we'll have a proper look at her once I've cleared up a bit. Okay, so here is ODILE out of her box. As I was taking her out, one of her hair sausages came out. It's really weird how they do it. They kind of wind the hair up and then sort of stick it into one of these. So I'm going to take this one off as well. The hair's probably not going to be that great. I'm also going to take this off, which is the top bit. Oh, she's also got... Okay, so she's got all the plastic around her head. Okay, so that's all come off together. So that's good. And she's also got plastic around her arms. And she's got like a little jacket. It's like a little plastic jacket that she has on. A bolero. There we go, that's come off. And I think she's actually got... She has plastic underneath. So maybe I should attack that and get that off as well. So hopefully she won't have staining on because she's wearing dark colours, but she has got a lot of plastic on her body, so that is good. The bodies are so tiny as well, aren't they? I kind of forget. So I need to take these sad excuse for pants off, and then does this just peel off? I do have some scissors here, so this might actually help us. But they're big. I guess at least they took the trouble. If you watched my video last week, you'll know that, unfortunately, my Moonlight BB OMG surprise doll had stains on her because she'd been wearing her black outfit for the whole time she was in the box with no protection. So I guess at least with this they did put plastic around her. If only they'd actually done that with my Zania Remembers doll. Okay, there we go. There is a lot of plastic involved. Pile of plastic and boxes. So let me try and put the pants back on. I might actually give her hair a bit of a brush while I'm about it as well, and then we can have a look at this at the stock and get her dressed up. Okay, so I've given her hair a bit of a brush. It is a bit better. It's still quite greasy, I have to be honest. My experience of the hair on these dolls has never been great. I know that obviously now we have a new company making the dolls, which is the Good Smile company. So from the reviews I've seen, the hair is meant to be better. So at least that's something to look forward to when or if I eventually get any of the new dolls. But yeah, the hair is quite greasy. I've tried to give it a good brush out, but I'm still seeing little issues. Anyway, I'd be here all night if I tried to do anything with the hair. So let's put the hair to one side and have a look at the doll. So we've got quite a few bits here actually. So we've got this cute little dress, which obviously is a ballet type outfit. We've also got a kind of an underskirt here, a kind of a net underskirt. And then is that all in one? Or is that a separate piece? No, so that is, okay, so that is one dress there. There we go. So that is one outfit. This is an underskirt, which I'm presuming you use under this. This is another dress. This is kind of this is the proper sort of costume, I guess, for the Black Swan. That one. It's all very sparkly. And she's obviously got her knickers, which we will put back on her. She has some white tights here as well. She has her headdress here, which is kind of, it's a band, and then we've got this kind of crown bit here, which is a black sort of, I guess, faux leather, probably. And it's got some star details just around, oops, there we go, just around the sort of the crown bit of it there, to look like, I suppose, diamonds or something. So that is that. We also have a stand, the kind of the standard one, obviously a lot smaller than the actual Neo Blythe stands. We've got some shoes, which I'm not sure how easy they're going to be. So let's get an outfit on her. Let's put this one on first, because I'm presuming this is the one she came in. So that'd be good. So here is Odile in her outfit. This is the one she had in the box, but she didn't have her tights on, which I've put on, or her shoes. So her shoes are a bit fiddly. They are basically pumps, but they've got like a ribbon which runs through them. And then you have to kind of tie it around her leg to sort of look like ballet shoes. So one is more successful than the other. The other one keeps falling down. Also, it's kind of hard to be able to sort of tie them properly. So I'm sure I can get them looking nice, but at the moment I'm not been able to do that, unfortunately. But I think she looks really good in this outfit. Obviously we have this sort of black swan on the front here with a crown on. I don't know if you can see, it's quite shiny, that's the problem as well. But that's a really nice, striking image. And the dress is quite dramatic. So obviously we have this net bit at the top here around the neck. We then have a bodice which has got sort of gold sort of details on there. We have a gold belt. And then we have this good sort of net frills around the back. sort of pleated net frills. And then we have some golden ribbons on the front. And then they part like, I guess like curtains really, isn't it? For this sort of image of the black swan there. And then around the bottom we've got like gold trim. It just ties at the back around the neck with a ribbon, and there is also Velcro on the back as well. So all in all, that is an amazing outfit. There's also a little underskirt underneath, a net underskirt. So it's got like fabric at the top, and it's elasticated, so it just goes on. She's got kind of like this net underskirt, just I guess to help give it some shape. She's also got this crown thing, which I'm having a few problems with. It's basically sort of like a headband, which you would put on. I'm not sure if I'm putting it too far back or not far back enough, but it's difficult because these bits you can kind of see sometimes. Her hair is looking a bit better. I have brushed it out. I think I'm going to have to give her a hair spa. I do have quite a few dolls that need them. So I will do that eventually. I'm going to take it off for now. I'm not going to do it at the moment, mainly because we're sort of obviously heading into winter, and getting anything dry here in Ireland is normally difficult at the best of times, but let alone trying to do it during the winter months. So I think hair spas are going to have to wait until next summer. So if we can have a look at her face here. So obviously she's got some really nice, I think kind of like a dark coral lipstick, and then she's got some blusher on her cheeks there. She's got brown sort of eyeshadow at the top, which you might not be able to see properly. She's also got the whole wing thing on the side of her eye, which is similar actually to Sweet Little D, who also have the wings, but I think hers are bigger. Yeah, hers are a bit more dramatic. These ones are a bit more subtle, but they're there. Obviously all the middies have the same kind of eye mechanism, so unlike the Blythe dolls where their eyes change colour, these eyes, which are, I'd say kind of like a golden colour, a sort of a pale gold maybe. Her eyes, there's a kind of I think at the back of her head, it's kind of like a wheel, I guess, that you would kind of move around. They move the eye around, so that's enough to give anyone nightmares, isn't it? There we go. Her eyes can literally follow you around the room, but only if someone's actually moving them. It's a bit stiff. I suppose you don't want it too loose. I'm going to have her looking forward, I think. We've had enough of side eye. So yeah, so that is her in that outfit. I'm now going to change her into her second outfit. Okay, so here she is in her second outfit. I have taken the shoes off because obviously with these dolls they have huge heads, so you can't actually put any clothes over the head, so you have to basically work up the body. And by doing that, I think firstly by removing the other dress and the underskirt, I completely kind of wrecked the shoes. the kind of the ribbon on the shoes, so I just took the shoes off because it was a lot easier. I'm presuming she has to wear the tights with this, or she should wear the tights with this, but it's actually quite difficult to get this on with the tights. It has got a kind of a gusset bit, so you have to kind of obviously feed her legs through. And obviously these have to be on right, or, you know, pretty sort of far up the crotch area to actually be able to get the whole dress on, and for her not to be showing her patooties off to everyone. So yeah, so this is her in her, I guess this is kind of the Black Swan outfit. So it's a very dramatic look again. We've got a lot of layers here of kind of like black net to kind of fruit it up a bit. There's obviously, it is a black outfit. There's gold details in the tutu area, and then there's these sort of diamantes, sort of, I think, are they stitched on, or yeah, I think they're stitched on, and they go all the way around on the round there. And then the bodice, again, we've got sort of the gold sort of netting and another diamante there. And then we have the single black wing here coming up. I did actually have to check because I wasn't sure if one had dropped off, but it's only meant to have one by the looks of it. And again, I've kind of teamed it with the headband there. So while we've got her in this state, let's just have a quick look. I'm going to remove that again. Let's have another quick look at the articulation of these dolls. So there's not a huge amount going on, not really. So they don't have any movement in the legs at all. Whereas the actual big Blythes, you know, the kind of the regular size Neo Blythes, they have clicks in the legs. These don't have anything in the legs. So you've literally got the legs that go back and forth like that, just kind of regularly on the kind of the hip area. The arms, again, they will just go up and down. The neck is on a ball, so there's a bit more articulation there than there would be on a regular Blythe. So the head can actually swivel and go back and forth, and obviously just turn normally, but you can do that whole sort of tilted head thing, which is always very cute on these dolls. So that is ODILE. I can't remember her full name now. Something about treachery or something, is it? Trickery. So she's obviously very good for this time of year. Let me get my sweet little Dee down, and we will oops. We'll have a look. Ah, yes, the doll stand. Let me show you the doll stand. So this is kind of a weird one. The doll stand to me is very short. I don't know if it's because you're not really meant to get it around, you can't get it around the waist, so you have to kind of, she kind of balances in it. I'm guessing possibly they've done that because of the dress. She won't be able to sort of, you can't really get it around her waist. It has to literally go underneath both of the dresses, really, because of the way that they're designed. If we have a look at Sweet Little Dee's stand, obviously that is a lot taller, so that will definitely go around her waist. But I was a bit surprised because I thought, oh, it looks quite low, and I didn't sort of realise it actually is very low when you can compare it to Sweet Little Dee's one. So it is quite low, but I'm guessing they've done that specifically because you can't get around the waist because of the dress is too big. So that's interesting. Whereas Sweet Little Dee's was black with silver glitter in it, ODILE's is black with gold glitter in, which is quite cute. They are actually very similar, which is nice, seeing as I've got the two. So I think they work well as sort of Halloween type dolls, mainly because they're a bit sort of gothy and everything. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. Do you have either of them? What are your thoughts on middies? I have to be honest, I don't think I would go crazy and get loads of them, but I'm very glad I've got these two. I think I probably won't get any more, but you never know. So thank you for watching the video. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And please share the video for anyone who might like to see this kind of content. I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween, whether you're watching scary movies at home or you're going out to a party or whatever. Have a great time, and I will see you in the next video. So until then, bye!